Sorghum is an important food crop, ranking 5th after wheat, maize, rice and barley in world production. Sweet sorghum, like its close relative sugarcane, accumulates high levels of edible sugars in the stem. The size of high-potential agricultural land in Uganda and most of Africa is dwindling as population increases. This leaves large expanses of low-potential and semi-arid lands that cannot support the production of key food crops such as wheat, rice and maize. Drought-hardy crops like sorghum that can perform in marginal areas should therefore be promoted. Sorghum has a lower nutritional and moisture requirements for growth than sugarcane, a traditional source of sugar and allied products. Sorghum's water requirement during a growing period of about 4 months for 2 crops is 8,000 cubic meters, 4 times lower than those of sugarcane's 12 to 16 months requirement of 36,000 cubic meters per crop. While sugarcane is propagated from stem cuttings, sweet sorghum is sown with seed. That is to say, 4.5 kilograms is enough for a hectare of land, compared to 4,500 to 6,000 kilograms of sugarcane cuttings. Eastern Uganda is known to be the leading sorghum grower in the country. However, pests and diseases is limiting the huge production. Although farmers had lost hope, scientists from Makerere University College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, KAES, in partnership with farmers in eastern Uganda, embarked on research to study the adaptability of the drought-tolerant sweet sorghum variety in the districts of Serere, Palisa, Kumi and Bukedea. According to the principal investigator, Dr. Patrick Okori, the breeding of resistant varieties is part of the effort by the university to mitigate the impact of climate change and enhance crop production for value-added use, so that farmers change from food security crops to income generation.
These farmers here are willing to buy the improved sorghum materials here. They also say that they would like to produce sorghum for the market. Now the question is, how do you do that? So the way the university does things is we look at the whole complete system. So we are studying the economics, we are studying the agribusiness, we are doing the production.
Dr. Patrick Okori says the innovation was based on the reason that existing varieties of sorghum in the country were not high-yielding, giving less than 1 ton per hectare as compared to those grown in other countries that yield up to 10 tons per hectare. Unlike sugarcane that takes 24 months to mature, the sweet sorghum has a short maturity period of 4 months, hence utilizes less water, fertilizers and efficient labor for improved yields that will provide alternative source of food and income for Uganda's rising population competing for maize.
So this material we have here is called MK60, and it has been bred at Makerere. You can see it's what I've just been told farmers have selected. This thing can give you, our estimates are up to between 10 to 15 tons per hectare, this one here, compared to farmers' yield of 800 kilograms, 0.8, less than 1 ton. So I want to thank the farmers for selecting these and other materials.
On 14th July 2012, the new drought-tolerant sweet sorghum variety M60 was unveiled in Malira sub-county in Bukedea district. During a colorful ceremony that was attended by farmers and researchers from Makerere University and other educational and agricultural institutions.
I've liked this new variety very well. because I can now get some other varieties. I can use them for keeping my poultry and my piggery. And some of that sorghum, I can use it for beer resources. And some of them, I can use it for for food security.
40 varieties were released to these farmers in eastern Uganda, and 300 farmers selected MK60 because of its good yields and shortness, making it easy to harvest. MK60 is about 1 meter and 20 centimeters tall and yields 11 to 12 tons per hectare, and it is liked because it matures early than any other cultivated variety. Other varieties introduced include the white seeded sorghum for beef and poultry feeds and the red seeded sorghum for food. Frequently, these farmers, together with researchers from Makerere, visit their demonstration gardens to see the development of the new sorghum variety.
I'm selecting the best seed here. The best seed here gets the highest mark.
This exercise is meant to help us, together with the farmers, select the best varieties that can withstand drought, that have good yield, that have good weed resistance. Generally, varieties that farmers will enjoy, will like, and will easily adopt.
Although striga, the witch weed, is one of the diseases that makes sorghum crop stunted and eventually dies, this new variety is prone to diseases.
It is material that is very resistant to this problem called striga. It doesn't stop it from germinating, but it doesn't affect the yield. And when you compare with farmers' yield, this thing is about 5 times yielding more than farmers' varieties under striga infestation. And these are the materials we want farmers to release to farmers. So we are going to encourage them to grow such materials. It is short, easy to handle, and matures early, as you can see here.
The university is partnering with Pikwi, a cooperative within the villages that works with 2,500 homesteads to help communities access the new varieties through its network. Pikwi started with 13 farmers in 1993 after the insurgency in Teso sub-region and the return of the people from camps to help them address the problem of housing and food. The goal of the organization is to promote household development, mix enterprise management, and value addition.
Now with the sorghum as a major crop that is being used at every household, we would like to see it added value so that the household sells a small quantity only to raise more money rather than sell a hollow bag to get money which is not fit for school fees. And that is where the partnership. Let's make farming profitable by making a local farmer a complete active player and actor in the value chain.
Presiding over the occasion, Acting Principal, Makerere University College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, Professor Samuel Chamanywa, thanked farmers for adopting the sorghum research project in the region. He said the idea was to partner with farmers to produce sorghum varieties as a source of food and income generation so that agriculture can be looked as a business rather than a subsistence undertaking.
The thing that brings us in this work is one, we want development, that nobody is going to pull us out of poverty except ourselves. Nobody is going to bring food for us except ourselves. So what we are trying to work with you is to see how we can manage to produce food that is enough and enough for us. And Makerere is ready to be working with you.
The drought-tolerant sweet sorghum was acquired by Mumias Sugar Corporation of Kenya and released to researchers for further development for adoption in the entire region. The project is part of the Millennium Science Initiative project on cereal improvement being tested in Uganda. The varieties are also being tested in Western Kenya, in Kisumu and Mombasa, under extreme weather conditions for final testing before releasing them to the public.
If Makerere gets some good material out of their breeding, they share with us. And when we produce our very good ones, we also exchange with them so that we have an opportunity to share the same material across different regions of East Africa. In that way, we are able to give the farmers exactly what they would need for the different stress conditions they experience on their fields. Makerere are breeding for disease resistance, drought, among other things, and we are breeding for soil-related problems, especially acidity and aluminium toxicity.
Makerere University research on this new sorghum variety commenced in 2005. The research work was founded by Bayer Innovate and Magnite Foundation in partnership with Piqui.
And we from the program secretariat very much impressed to see that this innovation activity involves farmers at the grassroots level. Especially, really, we are very much impressed to see women participation in this project. This is very, very encouraging. And we really appreciate the involvement of the private sector, farm-based organizations, and other seed agencies, which is already been in the process. And this is very encouraging. And we really advise both the farmers, the project team leaders, on these encouraging ongoing activities to really keep it up on.
Despite the fact that Uganda is endowed with rich fertile soils, rich people, and researchers who can think of solving their own problems, many people go to bed on empty stomachs and are still poverty-stricken. Besides increasing food production, Makerere University effort to breed this new sorghum variety will help sugar companies in the region to concentrate on sugar production to minimize shortfalls and at the same time act as a source of income for farmers. Countries like Brazil have used the same technique to get ethanol for fuel and diversified crop residue for animal feeding.
Yoga,